What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Double A Hef here with the sports edition episode. Now, obviously, as you can see from what I'm sharing on my screen here, this happened January 11th. Obviously, we're on the precipice of Valentine's Day, so I definitely delayed in making this video. But there's been so much going on, and I told y'all in the other video that I haven't really had time, but this is something that I definitely wanted to speak about because back a couple, I guess 4 years ago now, when Dave Gettleman got hired, and then they started to make all those moves, I was like, I'm not with it. Totally not with it. Was against it. Basically, from the jump, Daniel Jones, do I think that he's an NFL quarterback? Yes. Do I think that he's an NFL starting quarterback? Barely. I mean, don't get me wrong. He does show some good things. However, there's a lot of quarterbacks out there that show some good things. Does that make them starter quality? No. So, starting with that, I don't trade up to get Daniel Jones. You know what I mean? You get him where he falls. That's not something that we needed to do, especially during that time when we had issues with the offensive line. We had issues with our defense was starting to get a little better, but it wasn't there yet. We could have definitely used some pass rushers on that side of the ball. And also we had Eli Manning for 2 more years under contract. Under contract, we had him for 2 more years. And I believe at the time it was like $17 million per year. So we all knew he wasn't going to retire with one year, $17 million left on the table, right? Would you? So, starting with that pick, I wasn't a fan of that. Now, obviously, I'm going to start reading this about Joe Judge and his firing. And then I think they speak a little bit about Dave Gettleman as well. And obviously, I'm a New York Giants fan. I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. So, obviously, I'm New York all the way. For the most part, when it comes to sports, I'm a Giants fan. I do pull for the Jets, when they're not playing against the Giants. I'm a Mets fan. I pull for the Yankees when they're not playing against the Mets. And I'm a Knicks fan. I'm a Knicks fan, even though the Nets are in Brooklyn. But when I was born and growing up, they were definitely in Jersey. So definitely, I'm a Knicks fan. But still, I would love to see Brooklyn get a championship. Because you already know I'm going to be there. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely going to take part in that parade. All right? That's just a short trip for me. So, reading on. The New York Giants fired coach Joe Judge on Tuesday after his 2 losing seasons with the team. The move comes a day after general manager Dave Gettleman retired after 4 seasons on the job. So, Dave Gettleman, I believe that they had a meeting with him, right? And they were basically like, we're going to let you go. Or, you could retire and, not go out in a negative light. That's what I believe to be the case. Now, obviously, I don't know that. Nothing was disclosed or released stating that. But just that's what I'm picking up, okay? Because he did a shit of a job. And I'm going to get into a lot more of that after I read this. So, Judge, a first-time head coach, won 10-23 in his first 2 years. He is the 3rd consecutive Giants coach to be fired after 2 seasons or less, following Ben McAdoo. Ben McAdoo was a bum, and he was petty. And Pat Shurmur, as the once proud franchise stumbles through one of the worst 10-year stretches in its history. Yes, it's been horrible being a Giants fan for a while now. I saw a graph a couple weeks ago that said that the Giants and the Jets had the same record over like the past 3 seasons, and I almost threw up in my mouth. I was like, what the hell? Like, I knew it was bad, but I didn't think it was like just that damn bad, And also because when you watch the games, and I'm about to get into my biggest gripe with Joe Judge. When you watch the games, many of them, we were in the game. In the game. And I don't mean obviously in the first quarter where everyone's in the game. I mean after halftime, we're still in the game in some of these games. And, and then we shoot ourselves in the foot. And here we enter Joe Judge. I remember when Joe Judge came on, right? I had my reservations about him. I was like, I'm not so sure about this. Again, I believe he's from like the what's his name? The Belichick coaching tree. So I was like, a lot of those coaches, they get these opportunities, but it never really pans out. So I was, not too high on him, but he said some things that I liked in his opening press conference. And what he said was, I can guarantee you one thing. We're gonna be tough, we're gonna be gritty, and we're gonna be in games, and we are not gonna shoot ourselves in the foot. And I was said to myself, and again, obviously, most of y'all already know, I played football for a very long time. I didn't stop until I was 26. I played Pop Warner, I played high school, I played college, and then I played semi-pro arena. So, I've been around the game a long time. I'm a student of the game. I love the game. So when he said that, coming from the game, I understand, and most people should be able to take away that, hey, all right, at least we're not going to beat ourselves. You know what I mean? If we lose because we go against better teams, hey, you know what? That happens. But, even in football, any play, any down, anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's called, they have the phrase, any given Sunday, because anything can happen, right? Upsets do happen. But again, however, if the team just happens to be, far greater talent-wise than our team, and we lose on that note, hey, all right, that's cool. I can live with that. And I believe most New York Giants fans can live with that. However, quite the contrary, like I said, most of the games that I saw that we were in, we shot ourselves in the foot time and time and time again. Time and time and time again. And it was like, God damn, this mother, once that happened, I was done with Joe Judge. Because as a man, the one thing you said we weren't going to do is what we doing, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not sitting here saying that, we could have had a Super Bowl run or whatever. No, but, at least to be in a playoff hunt, at least, maybe make the playoffs, with like a 8-8 record, especially in our division, where it was always open for the most part. But for you to have our team out there looking like that, losing like that, literally shooting ourselves in the foot, dumb plays, fumbles. I remember, I forget what week it was, maybe like week 2 or 3 this season. We were playing against the Falcons. We were home. We had a safety, I forget his name. Matt Ryan threw an errant ball in the end zone. The safety went to go get it and dropped it. Now, I can tell you why he dropped it. He dropped it because he was thinking about the return. Why are you even thinking about a return when we were up? All you got to do is catch it and get the touchback, take it to the 20, and we're going to win that game. But he's thinking about the return because his wheels are already turning, and then he drops the ball. And then 2 plays later, they kick a field goal. They win the game. We lost. We shot ourselves in the foot. Come on, man. That's poor coaching. Poor coaching. This guy doesn't, and that's poor awareness on that player. How you not know the scenario? How you not know what's going on? You know what I mean? How you not aware of literally what the hell's going on? How come no one on the sideline? I mean, I'm not going to say no one on the sideline was saying it, but because I wasn't there, obviously. But I'm sure if someone was saying it, maybe the motherfucker wouldn't have did what he did, right? So anyway, yeah, from then on, well, not then on, but from the moment we started shooting ourselves in the foot, I was done with Joe Judge. Because I can't trust you. I'm not saying you shouldn't have a job as a head coach somewhere. No, I'm saying, but you cannot be my head coach, all right? Because you done fucked up. You done said some shit, which I don't even think is a tall order to ask for. Like, oh, we're just not going to shoot ourselves in the foot. And then continue to shoot ourselves in the fucking foot, right? In amazing fashion, too. You don't go, what's it say? Where is it? Where's that number at? 10 and 23 without shooting yourself in the foot, in amazing fashion. So, continuing on, the move comes after Judge was left dangling for most of the past 2 days. He operated Monday as if he would remain, holding a team meeting before speaking with ownership in the afternoon, but the Giants did not mention that Judge would return when they sent out a news release announcing Gettleman's retirement. Judge had more meetings scheduled with ownership on the direction of the team Tuesday. It was during one of those meetings that Judge was informed he would not return for a 3rd season. Steve Tisch and I both believe it is in the best interest of our franchise to move in another direction. Yes, I totally agree. Totally agree. And we did hire a new coach. I haven't really done a lot of research on him because again, I got a lot of stuff going on, guys. And don't get me wrong, I do love football and I'm a student of the game, but that's mainly the game. When it comes to the off-season stuff, I gave that stuff up back when I was in high school. Who's coaching here and who's coaching there and stuff like that. Nah, man. When the season starts, I could look at the talent, see what's going on, and I could look at what the coaches are doing and see what's going on. So again, I'm not one of those guys that's going to be during the off season just making videos about what's going on and stuff like that, because again, I'm not really interested in that. I'm mainly interested in like the X's and O's and how all that pans out. So Giants co-owner John Mara said in a statement, "We met with Joe yesterday afternoon to discuss the state of the team. I met again with Joe this afternoon, and it was during that conversation I informed Joe of our decision. We appreciate Joe's efforts on behalf of the organization." All right. So pretty much, that's all I really wanted to talk about. And I know that there's some people out there that's going to say, oh, well, Joe Judge got an unfair shake and all the injuries and stuff like that. Listen. That is true. We did have a lot of injuries, but also people stay out on injuries when the team sucks. They're not beat for coming back and, for what? For what? To break a leg, end their career on a sinking ship? So no, and I'm sure that a lot of those players know or knew that Joe Judge wasn't shit. Because if you come out and tell me, hey, we're not gonna shoot ourselves in the foot, and you say that to the team, but then the team knows what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So again, Joe, you know what? It's been real, but you got to go. And I mean, obviously you're already gone. And best of luck to you, man. Best of luck to you. So obviously almost forgot about this. I did want to touch on this about the Gettleman thing. Listen. We gave up Odell Beckham Jr., right, and replaced him with Golden Tate. That's what Gettleman did. You listen to me. You don't get rid of Odell Beckham Jr. You know what I'm saying? Want to know why? Because he wasn't Antonio Brown. And Antonio Brown, that's a different story. That's a different story. But Odell was not there. And obviously, Odell was young and going through a lot of, growing pains, especially in a big city such as New York. So you have to understand that, and I think you need to be patient. But Gettleman was not at the time, and even arguably now. Well, at the time, Odell was definitely a top 3 receiver in the league. It was him, AB, and I would put Julio up there. And then now, he's probably in the top 10. No, not probably. He's definitely in the top 10. I can't put him in the top 3. I'm not even sure if I can put him in the top 5. But then again, that's also based off of him not getting the ball out in Cleveland. I don't know what the hell is going on over there, but look, now he's in the Super Bowl. So I'm very, very happy for Odell. But again, David Gettleman, what the fuck were you thinking? Excuse my language, but come on, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't get rid of him and replace him with Golden Tate. You don't. They don't even do the same thing. That is not equal. That is not balanced at all. And then also, Jabril Peppers, really? That's who we get to replace Landon Collins? Now, again, Landon Collins has been playing great in Washington, I believe that he's at right now. Not quite sure. I forget where the hell they sent him. But, look, he was making plays out in New York. All right, so that's what we need. We need playmakers. Most teams, every team I would say needs freaking playmakers on both sides of the ball. That's what makes the Honey Badger out in Kansas City so valuable. That's what made Ed Reed so valuable, because they can make a play. They don't even have the ball, but they can make a play. They can create something. You know what I mean? And we don't have that right now. So they gave up a playmaker on offense. They gave up a playmaker on defense. That's what Dave Gettleman did. And I know a lot of people, my uncle included, who's a huge Giants fan, was like, oh, yeah, no, it was good. Odell had to go and stuff like that. So, no, there's ways around that. Okay? There's definitely ways around that. You need to be able to take different types of people and gel them together. All right? That's what the hell a team is about for the most part. And not everyone's going to freaking like each other. It's just a matter of respect. And again, Odell was young. He had to mature. And obviously it appears that he's been doing so. But also, another move that I really didn't like. Obviously, I already spoke about the Daniel Jones draft pick. But once we got him, I was so against him playing. Want to know why? Again, we had Eli Manning under contract for 2 years, right? $17 million. We're paying this dude $17 million a year. We drafted a quarterback. All right, we already drafted him. I'm not going to cry over spilled milk. We got to make the best of this, right? So, do I think making the best of this is throwing Daniel Jones out there with a team that's already shit? A team that's already shit. The line sucks. So some people might say, yeah, that way he can get his experience. No. This whole dynamic that's been created in the NFL, where it's like, oh, you know what, we're just going to take these young quarterbacks, take them to the deep end of the pool, drop them in there, and see what happens. And if they don't freaking perform in 16 weeks, then you know they're a bust and they're this and they're that. No, how about we allow them to mature, like i.e. Aaron Rodgers, and let them freaking learn something. Let them watch. Let them watch. It would have been great. It would have been phenomenal for Daniel Jones to get to watch Eli Manning for 2 seasons. Why? Again, we're already paying the motherfucker, right? 1. 2, Eli's a veteran that knows a lot of things that Daniel Jones needs to learn. Like even now, Daniel Jones is careless with the ball and getting rid of the ball. Eli Manning, we know, wasn't a runner, right? But we know Eli Manning, if the heat was coming, he was getting rid of that ball, right? You know what I'm saying? He was throwing right to the ground. And, that is a good quality to have and to understand when and how to use it. Daniel Jones is oblivious with that. Also, again, the offensive line was terrible back then. I mean, it still is fucking terrible, right? But you don't freaking traumatize your rookie quarterback by putting him behind them. No, you allow Eli to take those hits. You allow Daniel to watch Eli take those hits, so now he knows what hits not to take. You allow Daniel Jones to watch Eli throw those picks, because we all know Eli's going to throw picks, all right? And then we can let Daniel Jones watch and see, okay, maybe, all right, not to do that. Maybe I won't do that. Maybe I'll do this. Or if I do that, I'm going to do it like this, right? He could have had a front row seat to a Hall of Famer, in my opinion, because again, Eli makes a lot of mistakes, but he does a lot of things well as well. So come on, but no, we just, oh, sorry, Eli, sit down, and Daniel Jones is take us there. Come on. So I don't, that's pretty much it on this video. It's been going a little long, but yeah, that's where I'm at right now. As far as Super Bowl picks, obviously the Super Bowl is coming. It is this Sunday between the Bengals and the Rams. I'm picking the Rams. Basically because I believe they're a better team. When you stack those rosters next to each other, the Rams are the better team. I don't even know how the Bengals made it this far. They definitely got lucky. But in most championship runs, in any sport, there's luck added to it. So I'm not trying to poo-poo them in that regard. You know what I'm saying? Because every team gets a little lucky somehow, some way. So, but I just don't think they have enough to get it done. And I do believe that Stafford is very hungry for this. I do believe that Odell's very hungry for this. I know that Aaron Donald's hungry for this. So, maybe they might put a little bit too much pressure on themselves in the moment. I don't know. We're going to have to see how that goes down. But I do believe that the Rams will probably win this game. If I had to give you a score, I'm thinking about 34-21. I would say 34-21. All right. So that's pretty much it on that, y'all. I do appreciate y'all listening to the videos, watching videos, whatever you're doing while you're at work, driving, whatever the case may be. And the continued support. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And definitely, stick around for some more videos coming out soon. All right, peace.